While the initial Kickstarter of Mario fighting against Donkey Kong began back in 1981 on an arcade machine, the franchise as we all know today of Mario vs. Donkey Kong premiered on Nintendo's original Game Boy back in 1994. And this series wouldn't see another release for another 10 years, with Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance back in 2004. But with the release of Mario's latest installment, Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Nintendo Switch, it has been 14 years since Mario vs. Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem released as well, back on the Nintendo DS. But why did Nintendo choose to bring back this forgotten franchise after nearly a decade and a half? And where does it rank within the series? This is a deep dive at Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Nintendo Switch. Before we get started, be sure to click subscribe and click the bell to get notifications on all upcoming Nintendo content. Now, this is a series that I'm familiar with, having played the original Game Boy Advance version of Mario vs. Donkey Kong growing up, and recently stumbling back into the series on the Nintendo DS during COVID. For me, this series has always been a fan favorite of mine, as I've always enjoyed the puzzle genre. One of the reasons why this series stands out for me is that it puts a spin on the traditional story of Mario saving Princess Peach from Bowser, as the story for this game is that Mario is the owner of a toy company that is literally called Mario's Toy Company, where he sells the wind-up toys of himself called Mini Marios. Donkey Kong is in complete awe of the Mini Marios after seeing them on a television commercial, where he then seeks out to buy them all, only to discover that the Mini Marios are all sold out, leading to Donkey Kong to steal them throughout Mario's toy factories. Just like all Mario games, Mario is given a vast set of move mechanics that can be used to maneuver around the various stages and obstacles. And what's great about these moves is that all these can be used in different ways, as they add a sense of personalization throughout the game. As with these move mechanics, they allow you to find a different way to complete the level rather than the actual layout that is recommended in each level. These are moves such as a handstand that allows you to shield off falling objects, a sideways somersault jump, and a triple jump. In each level, Mario has to quickly gather a key to unlock the door to proceed to the next part of the level before the timer runs out. Within each level, you have to collect 3 presents. Before each level, there will be an image of the enemy or main objective within that level. Whether it's a bird, a Shy Guy itself, or a ninja, the game itself keeps you busy with a variety of levels in each world. Within each world, there are 5 types of levels. The first, as I've already mentioned, is Mario gathering a key and unlocking the door. There's also the Mini Mario levels, where Mario has to guide 6 Mini Marios around to spell the word toy. These are at times a nice change of pace and really provide some strategic thinking on how to complete the level, because these Mini Marios can't jump the way that Mario can. Of course, there's boss levels, just like in the classic arcade game. It's here where Mario challenges his old school roots to fight against Donkey Kong to unlock the next level. These usually require Mario throwing something at Donkey Kong to defeat him. There's also level up levels that allow Mario to obtain more lives with the 1-up mushroom scattered throughout the level. In these, Mario has to also track down a moving key to unlock a chest to receive more lives. The game has 8 worlds that are all unique, from your classic city pipeline to of course your jungle world that would of course make an appearance with the game's main antagonist being Donkey Kong, as well as a few other worlds sprinkled in as well. But once all 8 worlds are completed, and the awkward cutscene of Donkey Kong looking like he's falling to his death appears on screen, the game just abruptly ends and the credits roll. This is odd because it feels as if the game should be providing more, and especially the answer to Donkey Kong falling to his death. We are then treated to that answer with bonus or plus levels arriving after the credits roll. These are fairly simple and are way less challenging than the actual game itself. These levels are basically there to get you bonus stars to unlock the expert levels that unlock after you beat the plus levels. Once you've earned enough stars, the expert levels are unlocked, and these are actually challenging, but don't necessarily mean anything towards the game's overall plot and storyline. Outside of the expert levels, the game itself isn't the most challenging, but there's definitely a few levels within each world that provide a challenge, and the game does get increasingly more difficult as the game continues. But when we think of Mario games released on the Nintendo Switch, we think of the heavy hitters of Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Wonder, and the Super Mario Party series. However, Mario vs. Donkey Kong is relatively an easy game to overlook, especially when we think of Mario games on the Switch. As personally, I believe this is a hidden gem on the Nintendo Switch and should definitely be looked at by all gamers. Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Nintendo Switch is great for the casual Mario fan. Regardless of age or even a fan of the puzzle genre like myself, other Mario games aren't necessarily known for their difficulty until later in games anyway, so that doesn't set this one apart and shouldn't be criticized for it at all. For me, this game all depends if you are interested in platforming puzzle genre games. If you have only just a little interest, you should check this out, as Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Nintendo Switch is a can't-miss title for me. What are your thoughts about Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Nintendo Switch? I would love to hear them down in the comment section below. For more gaming content, keep it locked here, right here on this channel.